Okay, bet. This is the video that I'm excited to make. Uh, I'll keep the camera like that. Okay, bet. So obviously today, to the L. Um, Now honestly, I don't know how raw I'm gonna be. Well, I'm gonna be raw, so I'm not gonna edit it. But like, I'm just gonna be brutally honest, right? I traded in the Discord with a couple of my boys um, in that community. And this ain't me slating them or nothing because they're doing their thing. I'm doing my thing, but I never usually do that. I usually just think out loud on my own Discord with no noise. But yeah, I shouldn't have spoke in Discord um, whilst trying to trade because no one's gonna see the charts like me. No one will ever see the charts like me, and to think that trading with an audience is good is completely wrong. Um, you shouldn't trade with an audience at all. You should trade yourself and check the chat later, like one of the guys said in the Discord. If you saw the last video, I'm gonna upload them at the same time. But yeah, I mean, the emotions of this trade, I didn't really want to trade. My analysis was getting questioned by people. Well, I say people, just one person, and this person is someone that I respect. Um, I've had a couple calls. We've shown like back testing and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I was thinking out loud instead of my server, I was doing it in a different server with a lot of people in, and where I'd think out loud because that would be my analysis. If it's wrong, it's on me. But this time, don't know. I kind of thought out loud with feedback of other people's ideas, which is not what you want to know because the only feedback you need is from yourself in the charts. But yeah, I did FOMO this trade. I didn't really want to trade, but I saw a couple of the guys getting long, and I thought, okay, I could enter on this 5 minutes IFEG, which is something I never do. I always enter on the CSD or the 1 minute refined entry after the CSD because I like entering at the bottom. Now, um, if I had have done that, let's move this out of the way. So if we'd have waited for the CSD, which we got, then look at the 1 minute time frame. I mean, when did we get the CSD? So from 10:15 to this wick. Okay, so this wick down. I'm not even seeing an entry, you know. This wick right here. I mean, this wick just tapped the CSD, to be honest. It wasn't really a refined entry because there was no fair value gaps. I suppose if you counted the wick there to deliver to this IFEG, suppose you could have had that about on NQ. Let's look at this wick. Okay, so this wick would have been into this order block. So that would have been, you would have had a refined entry in the 1 minute. So yeah, we could have entered on this order block right there at the bottom. Remember, at the bottom, to just stop there, and then if you'd have seen, look how perfect that actually looks, bro. Damn. So this fair value gap is the same fair value gap I entered long from, which is crazy to me because I always get the CSD and either enter there or get a 1 minute refined. So this wasn't even my model really. Yeah, you can kind of tell I'm a little bit like, so I'm not emotional about the loss because we didn't over leverage, we risked light. I think I'm more annoyed that I didn't trade my model or my plan and I listened to too many people. I think that's what I'm more annoyed about because this is my model: 5 minute CSD, 1 minute refined, bang, TP. So the fact I bought this, even though NQ just respected the 50%, is crazy to me. It wasn't even my model. I'm watching this low though, but yeah, I can't lie. I'm annoyed that I forced an entry. I traded a model that wasn't even my setup, and I listened to people about my analysis. But yeah, I just feel like it was just a stupid loss to take. Like, it wasn't even my model. I already said that we got a body close past 50%, so didn't really look like we'd respect it. And right now, I'm not gonna lie, my main focus is seeing this low get ran through because then it wouldn't be okay. Should have just moved my stop lower. I hope that this gets ran through, and that's my emotional side speaking. Just so I know my first analysis was right of not being long. But I mean, we could have snagged a little scalp right there, I suppose. I mean, even this NAS nude opening gap, we inversed it here, bang. I mean, it would have been a tight stop. This isn't even me like wishing I entered because I don't really care. I risk light to there, but I don't know. That could have been my entry. Don't know why I forced it. Well, I do know why. Too much noise. Yeah, can't lie. I'm not like I'm not feeling any emotion towards the trade because I didn't over leverage. I literally risked like $50 maybe. Yeah, $50. And we made 18 yesterday, so we're only down like 20. We're only down 30. Like, it's not deep at all, like, but yeah, it's not deep at all. I don't know. Would have thought I'd have come on here and been more emotional, but I actually don't really care. I'm more just annoyed that I didn't trade my model. And the reason I didn't trade my model is because I was listening to too much noise of what should happen when it should happen, and I missed my entry because of that. Because I was waiting for. I don't know. I looked and saw people getting in longs, so I just got in longs, and that's just not. That's just not how you fucking trade, is it? You don't wait for someone to get in longs to confirm your entry. You either trade your model or you trade someone else's. And that's the emotional side of me. I mean, that's where your stop would have been, right? So I'm glad. I'm glad that because it shows my first bias was correct. I could have snagged a scalp on NQ. could have, didn't, but now I can't have the emotion of if I'd have had my stop lower, then cool. I'm very happy with this trade. You've just seen me switch from happy to sad, but like it's like okay, cool. It wasn't the stop loss that the problem was. I just forced the trade and I knew we wasn't gonna go higher. Simple. Uh yeah. Don't know whether this is a bad habit to have of like I'm glad price ran through this. Cause I mean I suppose you could opposite it and go like I wish if it hit TP, I think I would have been like, why didn't I move my stop for no reason? But now that I've seen this, it's like the stop loss wasn't the problem. The problem was the model and the analysis I set for myself, saying we was going lower because we're disrespecting. I completely ignored that analysis of the body closing, so we're gonna not go bullish. Um, I completely ignored that, even though I literally wrote it out and I'd got in longs because other people got in longs. So, yeah, I think they got in NQ longs, so their stop would probably be there or here. But yeah, for me, I only traded ES, so I don't really care about what if NQ does. But for me, I was thinking as soon as I got wicked out, literally by the tick, I was thinking if I'd have had my stop here and we started to reverse, damn. But no, I'm glad because it just shows that my initial analysis of price will go lower was correct. And the reason for not agreeing with that analysis is because I listened to someone else's, even though I am the trader. And if I don't see what I want to see, I shouldn't enter. But I didn't see what I wanted to see, but I still entered because other people had their ideas. So, yeah, whether that's a good thing that I'm glad my stop loss got hit, I suppose it's better than being like, oh, like I wish my TP got hit. Like I wanted that stop loss to get ran through because I didn't want there to be any um didn't want there to be anything left of this trade. I want this trade to be done, and seeing that candle means it's done for me. This is comfort. This wasn't the trade's problem. This was the trader's problem. I didn't execute right. I didn't follow my analysis of price is going to be bearish. I longed because I saw an entry, took it, other people getting in long, so I just said, all right, go on then. But yeah, I'm glad this got ran through because if this did not get ran through and we then hit TP, I would have probably been more pissed and gone like, damn, if I just had my stop a bit lower, I'd hit TP. No, that's not my model. I didn't trade my model today. And I mean, it shows. I didn't trade my model, took an L. Yesterday, I traded my model, took a dub. All the other paper trades before this yesterday's trade were dubs. I think I had 1 L, maybe. But yeah, no, I'm glad that price ran through this. Because, I don't know, I've already said it, but like, it just completely, there's no more emotion to this trade. If we hit TP, they would have been like, oh, shit, like, my stop loss placement, blah, blah, blah. This, I initially said, body closed equals going lower. And what have we just done? Was that a longs? No. Why was it not longs? Because that wasn't my model. Plus, I didn't see what I wanted to see. Plus, price did not respect the levels I set out. Price have respected 50% and longed. Cool. But it didn't. Price disrespected 50%. And I said, we're going to be bearish. We ain't going to go lower now. We ain't going to go higher now. However, someone said, no, don't let don't look at the bodies are irrelevant, blah blah blah. And I mean, my analysis was correct. We wouldn't be longed. I forced a long setup, and look, so it's the game. But no, this removes all emotion from anything now, because this trade is done. Can't be pissed because I didn't trade the market. I traded someone else's analysis. And my analysis is my analysis. I've been putting in the work. I know what to see, when to see it, what to do if price does X, Y, Z. So for me to take someone else's analysis over my own is crazy. Because if I'd have just said, okay, we're not going to be long because we're not going to be long because we disrespected 50%. Obviously, this is on ES, but on NQ, we disrespected 50%. We're not going to be long, so I just wouldn't have traded. Would have avoided an unnecessary loss due to a forced error, but I didn't. Loki shouldn't be looking at this level, but yeah. More of the story. Do not trust someone else's analysis over your own, because well, you're the trader. You know best. You know best, and that you could probably think, oh yeah, but this trader's better than you, blah blah. But who cares? You're the trader. You see the charts. That's it. There's nothing else. No one else sees the charts other than you. So you know what's best. Even if you think all these other traders are better than you, cool, but they're not. Logically speaking, they're not better than you because you can never be them. It's the only person that can ever be better is yourself. Because I can't think how this trader thinks, so my analysis is always going to be superior. Even if it's an L, my analysis is always going to be superior because that's all I can ever think. I can only think my analysis. I can't think someone else's analysis. So I could lose 100 times in a row, but my analysis would be the only thing that would matter. Because that's the only way I can see it, if that makes sense. And obviously, if you lose 100 times in a row, then you've got to think, like, what am I doing wrong? But, yeah. I don't know if that makes sense. This could get, well, I don't know, views are dropping, so this is more for me. But, yeah. Like, your analysis will always be superior. Comparing it to what? Like, whoever. Maybe your friend's making 20% a month. Okay. But in my terms, I can never think like that person. Even if he teaches me straight, I can't think like that person. So the only analysis that would ever matter is my own, due to that fact, if that makes sense. Um, it makes sense for me. Um, but yeah, I mean, I suppose I could put it like, I suppose you could put it with sport, football. Ronaldo's obviously great, but essentially, uh, the only skill set that would ever matter is my own, because that's what I'm going to use to improve. That's the only thing I can use. I can't use Ronaldo's skill set. I can only use my own, so that should only matter. I think that sounds better. I don't know. That's not me saying I'm better than Cristiano Ronaldo at football. I'm just saying the only thing that should be important to you is your own skill set, because that's the only thing you can use. I can't use ICT's skill set because that's his own. I can obviously learn from him, but it's never going to be the exact same. I hope that makes sense. I know it makes sense to me. Maybe if I watch this back, it don't make sense, but Yeah, not gonna lie, get one of these because this clears your head. Yeah, now knowing that it was on me and that's on me as the trader, I was wrong. It wasn't, oh, if I'd had my stop lower, I'd have hit TP. No, I was wrong. Reason why I was wrong is because we fully displaced past the swing low. That would have been the stop. And yeah. But yeah, no, it's good, man. I'm enjoying this journey. I'm always thanking God every day. Um, to even be able to be in a position where I'm at, like, I've got a roof over my head, loved, cared for. I get meals, feed. I'm never go without food. Like, yeah, so just thank God every day, man, for what position you're in. Um, don't don't know. I'm just waffling, but nah. I mean, this vid definitely is needed. Like, um, yeah, I feel like it'll be good for me as like an emotional dump instead of me just hearing it in my head over and over and over. It's like, okay, it's actually out now. I've put what I need to put on paper, but it's easier to talk. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Uh, what else is on my mind? Honestly, not much right now. All that's on my mind is I made the mistake. I was wrong. It wasn't. I should have put my stop lower. It was. I was wrong, and I forced the trade, and I didn't trade my model. That's on me. That's not on the market. That's on me. Fucking hell, my phone's blowing up. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying making this. Yeah, I don't really care about views, hence why I'm just sitting in awkward, like not awkward silence, but in silence. I'm trying to think what else is on my mind. I kind of just want to get it off my chest. I mean, yeah, there's no like thinking. I'm bare repeating stuff, but I don't really care. It's just me, and it's me being me. But this is also where I'm thankful for my. Okay, so obviously, I forced to trade, didn't trade my model. So you could technically call that being undisciplined, but I've got the discipline to not trade again. Because I know a lot of people right now, well, even if you traded my model, let's just say, we got this 5 minute CST here. We did body close past this 4 hour gap, but then it's obviously low time frame, so it's not as relevant. But this CST right here, we could look for that wick. And guess what? We're inside a fair value gap. But yeah, I've got the discipline to not trade again. That is what I'm thankful for. I've built such good discipline. Honestly, when people have overtraded, I've never really understood it because I'm the opposite. I'm scared to take trades because of the fear of I've got like performance anxiety. I think like I don't want to be wrong. So where people would say they don't want to be wrong, so they overtrade, I don't want to be wrong, so I don't trade. So yeah, I've got the ability to not revenge trade or anything, and the reason being also because don't forget that like don't just think it's just my discipline for that. The reason why I'm not trying to overtrade is because I've never over risked. I've never over risked in my life. I've always under risked. So I feel like revenge trading only comes if you're risking too much. And if you risk that too much, you need to make that too much back. Because otherwise that's going to hit you and sting. But yeah, for me, I think that's why I don't overtrade, don't revenge trade, because I don't risk enough. And that's not a bad thing. I don't risk enough because I'm just not stupid. Like this L, imagine if I over risked on this L. Imagine if I risked my full 500 1%. That'd be so stupid on a stupid trade like this. I've traded what? Like let's say 50. I've traded 0. No, what is it? I think it's 0.10, no? 0.1%. Am I bugging out? Wait. Yeah. I traded 0.1%. Do you think that is gonna bother me? My usual risk would have been, well, either 250, which is half. So my risk would have been, okay, either 125, which if I even hit a 1-to-1, that loss made back doubled. Hit a 1-to-2, that's that loss made back quadrupled. That is like the low risk. My full risk would be 250, which means that loss is made back times 5 for a 1-to-1. And if I get a 2R, then that would have been times 10. So yeah, I risked 0.1% and I took the L because I forced the trade. Imagine if I forced the trade with my full risk. How I would have been mentally stunned. Because this is my second trade on the account. So I would have been finished. I would have been stressing. Probably wouldn't have overtraded and revenge traded, but that would have hit me. So yeah, this L was nothing. Like I literally risked nothing on this trade. 0.1%. That's nothing. One half risk makes that back. Like that's it. So yeah, this L isn't really anything. This is just like, you know what? I feel like this L needs to happen because of how much I appreciate this video. I appreciate this video so much. Like this has been 30 minutes. So I'm just dumping everything out. It's just getting everything out. So I'm not just thinking about it. Because best believe half an hour ago, or like probably as soon as I took that trade, I was messaging Discord like, bro, like what's going on? I I can't wait for it to displace past. We did, which is good for me because I didn't want there to be any emotion of I wish I'd had a stop loss lower. But yeah, maybe this loss needed to happen because of how much I appreciate this type of video. 30 minutes. I didn't write for 30 minutes on my journal. I probably wrote for 5 minutes, just writing out. So a 30-minute emotional dump is mad. It's good. But no, I think that it's actually crazy as well because recently I watched a video on this document. I think I'm going to release this document for 500 subs, like my notes. But essentially, it said the guy was making videos and people his age had like 10 times his subs. So he used that as a competition and started producing more. And I thought that's very true. So this loss has led to me having the thought of, okay, I can do a trade breakdown, but I can also do an emotional journal. Not only is it good for me, it's good for other traders to hear raw things and feel how other people feel, and like know that people do have emotions, whether it be like little emotions or huge. Like I could be stressing right now, um, but nah, it's good for me because I do the basic journal, but I don't really like writing, so I don't really write as long. But here, it just flows. Anything that comes to my head, I just speak. Um, so yeah, in conclusion, didn't trade my model. I entered because um, everyone else was entering, so I didn't trade my model. I entered on FOMO, and I didn't agree. I didn't listen to my analysis. So those three things, there's probably more, but those three things aren't. They aren't because it could have been a winning trade. Those three things lose to being unprofitable. Do you think in a couple of years' time when I'm profitable and making bank, do you think I'm going to have those three bad habits as a trader? Do you think when I'm making bank, do you think I'm going to be listening to other people's analysis? Do you think when I'm making bank, do you think I'm going to be only getting in longs because other people are? Do you think when I'm making bank, I'm not going to be trading my model? No. So what does this L mean to me? Nothing. This wasn't my trade. This was someone else's trade that I just FOMO'd in, found an entry off. So how can I be annoyed? This wasn't my trade, and I didn't risk. I risked 0.1%. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. Obviously I shouldn't have done those three things, but like moving on from that and getting it all out, that's not gonna kill the account. That's not gonna kill anything. 0.1% is nothing. Plus I didn't trade my model, so if I'd have traded my model I probably would have took that out, the dub. Or then Kiwi marked it out. So yeah, if we'd have traded the right model, probably would have had a dub. But look, didn't trade my model and I risked like done. That's it. If I had traded my model and took an L, then also fine. I took that on my own analysis, and cool. That's another good L to take. So technically, this was a bad L to take, but I shouldn't be stressing about if the model will work because this wasn't my model. This was just a FOMO trade. This is someone else's trade that I took. I essentially just took a signal and just found a setup. So I can never doubt my model. That's been performing because of this trade, because this wasn't my model at all. But yeah, trying to think of anything else. Can't really think of anything else. I think that's it. That's me done. That's my head cleared. So what I'm gonna be thinking about, if it comes into my head, I'm just gonna think, wasn't my model, and I risked nothing. Is there any emotions anymore? No. That's how you should deal with your losses. Now, obviously, if it was my model and I revenge traded, then that's on me, innit? But I can't doubt the model that I've been working with that's been performing on this L because it wasn't my model. But yeah, if I'd have took the trade with my model, with my setup, it would have either A, hit TP like you saw on NQ, or B, I'd have took an L and that would have been perfectly fine. But today was a FOMO day. Should have cut the noise out and we move on. Going in forward, we just won't trade in Discords. We won't look at Discord chats. We'll just put it in my own little box. Because that box is mainly for me. Because obviously we all trade differently. So maybe I won't even put it in there. Maybe I'll make a private tab. Because I don't want people getting in trades just because of my analysis. That's kind of why I don't say when I'm getting in. So when I can put my analysis and stuff of like how I mark the bodies and see how they closed. That's fine. But I wouldn't give an entry. I wouldn't say, okay, I'm getting in now because I don't want people to be signals. But I'll put in my analysis because that's, yeah, like if you want to follow my analysis, you can. Like if you trade the same as me, you can. But I would never provide an entry or say when to get in. Because, yeah. But that is mainly for me. Maybe I'll make a separate channel, just a private channel. To be fair, probably won't get comments or likes. So it's just me thinking out loud again. I don't think people will care too much about it. But no, I'm just keeping it raw, honest. We've cleared up the L today. And yeah, should have not traded because our analysis was close past 50%. Can't really look for longs. But yeah, that's it. No, we're done. We'll probably go shower, and we'll probably just do a bit of study, and then we're going out later. But yeah, man, not really too fast with wrist light, and wasn't my model. So, how can I be pissed at myself with the work I've been putting in because my model didn't perform because this wasn't my model. But yeah, that's about it, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.